Yeah. Okay, there. Here I am. It's Friday again, and I've been on the Porsche 924 for a few days. And so welcome back. Welcome back to the grind. The this week or this time, and then I can't say a week, for the last 3 or 4 days, mostly worked on getting new tires onto the rims and balancing the rims, balancing the tires. A little bit, and then I went to do an alignment, and I found out that things aren't quite right down below there. The strut on that side seemed to be completely worn out, and so it was it couldn't, no way to align the wheels. So got the wheels done, got the new tires on, got them balanced up, and then started doing alignment. And so then I had to take the tires off, wheels off, and I pulled apart all the everything, including the struts. Ordered the new bushings and stuff like that they'll need, and just waiting for that stuff to arrive now, and that'll be sometime next week. So there you go. That's it for this time around. Please like and subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Yeah, so there's mostly the motto around here, eh? Anyway, I'll carry on. Okay, here I am starting another episode on the TR. Oh no, it's not a TR. It's a 924 Porsche 924 1979. And last week I've got the axle bearings put together on here, axle bearings on the front done, and cleaned up in there and stuff like that. Anyhow, then I was still missing one piece for wheel cylinder repair kit, right? That this one came from California. I don't know, things get around with the Rock Auto. Anyhow, it all showed up eventually, and I will be able to rebuild the other wheel cylinder kit back there on that side. This side here's done. So I'll get to it, and today I'm putting in the axles and the bearings on the driver's side in the rear, and I'll just sort of do that because you've seen enough of that last week, I think. So I'll carry on. Yeah, so everything's not so perfect on this car here. So when I took down the exhaust pipe, and somebody had welded this on here, not very welded. So I'll see if I can get this flange off of there and fix that onto the end of the pipe here. I'm sure it's fixable. We'll see. Then I'll have to make sure I get it going the right direction for those bolt holes and everything though. Okay, well that'll be down the road. And then here's a little hanger thing that hangs it at the back here. It goes up over that. I'll clean this up and see how it looks out. Then I did also find a hole here. I don't know what this. You can reach right up into the behind the wheel well there, and I don't know that it's. Is it supposed to be like that? No, I don't think so. Look on the other side and see what's over here. Yeah, nothing there. Used to be a plug there, and this is a drain hole. Yeah, and the plug's there, and the drain hole's there. But this part here is supposed to be closed in. Right there. Wonder what happened there to create that hole. That's the only hole in the whole car. Right? Well, I guess we'll Almost looks like it's supposed to be there, or maybe it got bashed or something. Who knows? Anyway, I'll fix it. There won't be a hole there when I'm done. Now I'll get this axle all put together and then I'll worry about this exhaust pipe. Yeah, there, that's back together, and I don't think I forgot anything. I have the backing plate on. Torqued these to 42. The only thing different on this side was nothing that I remember. And it's all back together, and now, next, I'll put the axles back on. And then, I guess I gotta fix the exhaust pipe soon. That might make it a bit quieter running anyhow. And then the other thing I'm going to do while it's up here is, you see, this is it. Originally it had an extra, should change that hose, eh? Originally it had an extra fuel pump in here. Now if it was a diesel motor, you'd call this the lift pump and they'd call this the pressure pump. So I have a little pump, like a little clickety-clack pump, or a, you know, a low pressure pump, that I think I'll hook in line here to give this a little bit of help. It'll just, you know, push fuel into this, and that should actually help things out a bit, I think. We'll see. Yeah, so there, the axle goes on here, like all those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts all around. And then this, it's got a torque type thing on there. What number is that, I wonder? I don't know what number. Number 8? Yeah, number 8 torque thing on there. And then it gets tightened down to 30 foot-pounds. So I'll get that done. Yeah, there, that's that side on. This thing here, I put a tie wrap around here, like same here and here, here and here. Tie wrap and tightened it down as tight as I could, just to keep them, keep water and stuff out of there. It looks like all the boots are in good shape. There's no cracks or anything on them, so I'm happy with that. And there was lots of grease inside there, and it doesn't look like it's coming out anywhere, so that'd be good. Now here's where you drain this. I wonder where you fill it. Maybe right there, eh? That'll be a chore. Wonder where that'll be level car thing too. Oh dear. Oh well. I guess that'll be a chore. But I will change it. I wonder what it takes for fluid in here. I'll find out. Read the book, Lauren. Yep. That'll work. Okay, so now next is putting brakes on. Now those guys from there's a show called, what's it called? It's called Budget Builds. He always puts a little bit of that grease right on that pad there for when he puts on brake stuff. But first, I've got the rebuild kit for that side over there, which I can put together very quickly. And this thing here, then I'll put those things on there, put on the brake line, and then I'll put on the brake assembly. Hey, how about that? Yeah, I'm back on wheel cylinders. So this is the one that the other day I took it apart and then I cleaned it all up and put it back together, just because it was okay, and as far as it goes, it was pretty good. So now I'll just take it apart again and put the new rebuild kit in, which is right there, I hope. Yeah, well, that was an adventure, but it's on there now, so we're okay. Okay, now I'll start putting the car together. Yeah, so you watched me struggle getting the rubber on that thing. Now I've got the emergency brake line in here. This gets 12 bazillion foot-pounds. Then I put the brake line back into here. I put the brake line back in before I put that in, and then I just twisted that into the brake line and then mounted it with the mounting screw on the back here, and I put the that thing there, whatever that is called, the bleeder in and tightened up, and everything's tight. So I'll put the brakes together and then we'll bleed them up and see what happens. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. And then this pulls on. That might be wrong. Something not right there. Oh, it's got to be over. This thing here has got to be over here. Oh, okay, I'll fix that. Yeah, there, that looks better. The spring's across here. That's across there. This thing here is outside that. When this pushes, it opens, it pushes the brake out. That's what it's supposed to do for handbrake. Now I'll see if I can get the drum on. If I can get the drum on and it turns, I'll be a happy guy. Yeah, how do you like that? Goes on, turns easy. Now I got to tighten up this thing here. I'll put it on with impact driver first, then it's got to get down to 300 bazillion foot-pounds. Yeah, okay, that's all tight on there. It's likely tight to like 100 foot-pounds so far. Turns nice and easy. No shake in it like there was before. So something must be okay. Okay, I'll just do the same on the other side. Yeah, so I put these on the same on each side. I had it over here, and that was upside down and backwards to make it work properly. So now I've put it on this side, and that'll work properly now. So they go, one side goes on one way and one side goes on the other way. Yeah, so wheels on both sides. This side here, the handbrake was sticking a bit, so I just put a wrench on it and pulled it back. We'll just get after that another time. It must be, well, likely it just needs to be used a bit. Anyway, this side here, then I adjusted the brakes. So can you see inside there, little wheelie thing right there, and a little wheelie thing right there? So those adjust the brakes. You got to do each brake separately. They're not connected to one another. And then I tightened it out until the wheel wouldn't turn, and then backed it off so it just turns. You can sort of hear a bit of a scrape there. I'll let the brakes get seated before, and then I'll bring them in and adjust again. One time, sometime, And then you, whoops, it's got these couple of dust covers here that go on. Now there's a hole there and a hole there. I should just put a, I think I've got some rubber plugs I can put in there. Don't know what they're for. But same on the other side, there's a hole there and a hole there. And they to let dust out? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just let them be. Okay, there you go. Yeah, here I am. Back to bleeding brakes. I got my power bleeder out and I've got it pumped up to like, 15 psi. I think that is. Yeah, psi is in black. And it seems to be holding pressure all right. And I got to sneeze. Hang on. Whoops. There now. So you go with your bleeder thing to the farthest wheel away. I never did decide what the hell was going on with all those different things there. But I think I'll lift it up a bit. Lift a little bit up in there, like where the actual lines go to. I don't know. Then I'll use the I'll get the ladder and use that to put more fluid in. Now you can fill up that thing with fluid there, but if you do that, then you got a thing full of fluid, which I don't like having. So I put this on here. Can you see that? That goes right on there. That gets up sort of with a hoop over the top kind of business. Like that. That's not quite over the top, is it? Whoops, that came right apart. Okay, I'll get my other hand out here. I'll do this with two hands. Hang on. Yeah, you can see all that. This thing here goes in here. Then you have to, like a little bit of a hose going up over the top there, like that. There. Now I need my little wrench. That way, right? That's loose. So there should be some air coming through by now. There you go. And fluid comes through. I'll give it a chance to get some air bubbles. Looks like there isn't going to be any. That's nice. Okay, that's wheel number 1 done. I'll do the rest, do the other wheels, and I'll come back to you. Yeah, now you remember when I got these new things for bleeding the brakes, and I was kind of excited because they have a check valve in them that only lets it go one way, but it doesn't, my little automatic bleeder there doesn't create enough pressure to crack the check valve, so it's, I have a car that I can use these on, I'm sure, because it doesn't, I can't use the automatic bleeder on it. Anyhow, that's the way that is. We'll figure it out. Yeah, there now, they got a good great brake pedal now. It's lots, after I pumped it up and then bled it some more, lots of air came out, so, but now you just touch the brake pedal and it's got lots of pedal there. I won't fuss with it anymore until I run it for a little while and then see what we have to do. Wire here just waiting to be a problem, right? Anyway, I don't know what that's for. It's got a fuse. It's going into the car, aftermarket something or other. So I might be just taking that out of there. Then I'm gonna have to figure out what all these things are, because that just doesn't look right, eh? In fact, it looks awful. But we'll get it fixed up soon. Yeah, they're one tire done. They're actually pretty good looking tires. They'll look good when they're on the car. And 3 more to go, but it's quitting time now, so I'll get at them. There's the spare, which is just exactly what I said, a spare. But the wheels look pretty nice. They came out nice. And when I was mounting the tire, I, it didn't didn't wreck anything. So that's worked out okay. I'll do a balancing on them tomorrow, and and whatever else I'm going to do. Seems to be never ending. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, here I am back on the 924, and it's kind of a dreary day out there today. The sun is out, but can you see that? It's way up there in the sky, and it's like overcast and sort of a silver sky. Weird. Anyhow, putting new tires on the rims. One's done. I got that done yesterday. These other ones here I'll get done now. And I'll set it up, and you can watch what's going on. First, I just put this rim on the tire changing machine. Then I'll get at it here. Hang on a second. Yeah, there you go. Now that one's on. I'll just put it over beside the other one there. Hang on. There, two done. Now, this is the pile for balancing. I'll do the balancing just over there. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. Anyhow, these two tires will miraculously get bang onto the tires, and then we'll move on to the next step. Yeah, they're the miracle of YouTube, right? All four of them are done and ready to do. Five of them are done. The spare, I just used one of the old wheels on it, one of the old tires, and the wheel that was in the back of the car here. So I have to fix this before I put it back in, I guess. Anyway, that'll be coming. That's pretty easy to pound that out, I think. Well, we'll see how easy it is. Now, this tire changer thing, it's just held on by two bolts there, and I'll lift those bolts out, and then we'll put it away till the next time I need it. Yeah. So here's the tire balancing thing from Princess Auto, or Harbor Freight, or wherever you get it from. And there's a channel on YouTube called Mad Ginger Customs, and I'll put a link down below. And anyhow, he has one of these, and when I first used this, it was very difficult to make the thing work right, and he figured it out what was wrong, and he's got a video on there about how to fix it. And essentially you just take that hole in there, widen it a bit so that this little pin here can sit on there correctly, and then what was happening is the hole in the bottom of this thing where it goes into right at the top there was only wide enough for this just to get a little bit past in there. So widen out that hole, and it gives it room to swing back and forth. So indeed, yes, it would work before, but painfully slowly. And now with this, it'll move a lot easier. It would stop in about 2 seconds. Anyhow, watch Mad Ginger for that. I'll show you how to balance the tires on here. I'll get to it here in a second. Yeah, so if you get it set up, and then you can calibrate that bubble in there just by turning those screws in or out, and it'll get to level, right? But there's also, I usually use Last time I was doing it because it was so touchy, I used the laser level. I'll see what happens this time. Yeah, there you just put the wheel on. And this one here is balanced pretty good. But I will use the laser level on it. I'll show you how I do that. But you see just that little bit of hit it there and it'll wobble back and forth a bunch. If it had a bigger bubble, then that would make it easier to use, but I'll get the laser level out and I'll show you what I do. Yeah, so there's the tire, right? I just take my micrometer thing and come down until, oh, can you see any of this? I don't know, there's the line, there's the level, like the laser line right there. Put it on the edge of the tire here. That one there. So this side here is a bit higher. I gotta just change my level some. Hang on. Had the level on this tripod, so I'll put you on the tripod. How's that? There we go. Whoops, if the camera doesn't fall over. There, I've been away for a bit, sorry. So this thing here, can you see the laser line right there? So I'll just move this like that, put it on the rim. Elbow in the way. Enemy number one. Okay. That's right where the screws are. This side here is up higher, so it needs a bit of weight over there. This side here is about right. This side's higher. So right about there, it needs a little bit of weight. Oops, there we go. So then that's those two. There's, what is it? 3/4 of an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce there. So I'll just put them on I'll put a couple on this side and a couple on the back side and nothing over there. And it seems to be around the circle. Like here's the laser coming right there, eh? And so if you watch where the laser hits on here, right at the base, and then over here, right at the base, just a little bit higher over there. Tiny bit, and I could add more weight here. Maybe I'll try that, just see. Another couple right there. Comes in there. Comes in about the same place. About the same place there. About the same place there. So there's the weight you need there. And then I'll give it a spin here, right? Now it's set up in a different place. Once it stops all its wobbling around. That's about the same everywhere. Close enough for me anyhow. So I think that'll be fine. I'll just put those weights on. Yeah, there. So weights are there, and then on the back side I put some underneath there. Can you see that? I wonder if you can see that. Wait a minute. Yeah, there. Somewhere in there. Yeah, there they are. Okay, so weights on this side and weights on the back side. I didn't get them very straight, did I? Oh well. Once they're on there, they just don't come off. Okay. Now, I'll just check it again, and, well, you might as well see it. So it goes just right there. Just right there. Just right there. Same all the way around. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, there I moved it up to a more comfortable height to work at and put it on a stump, and I've got it leveled. The base is level, right? So I'm happy with the base being level, and then this bubble up here is pretty close to the center, so I guess we're okay. Yeah, there's tire number 2 done, and it actually went along very quickly. When you're working at a height that you can easily reach the stuff, makes a difference. So I've got it just about the right height here. Anyhow, and it seems to be the bubble pretty close to the center there, and it looks like it's level to me, so I'm good. Yeah, so that thing below there is, can you see that? This thing up here, that's spring loaded, and it allows the center of the wheel, and just about any size wheel, to go down on that cone there, and then that balance, that sits it level on the cone, or fairly close to level on the cone. Then you go ahead and start balancing it. Now it looks like it's heavy on that side. I'll just see if that actually is true. Yeah, it is. See, this is lower than that side, and this side here. Across this way, it seems to be pretty good. That way it's heavy on that side. So, yeah, so it needs some weight right here. Hang on. My vast experience says it needs 5 of these things. So I've put some weight over here. That'll go down. So some weight over right in the middle there. I wonder if I move these over to about there. That's pretty close, having them right there. Might take one more weight. Looks like it's pretty well right there. So that's 1 ounce and a quarter across the tire. So I'll put half of it at the back and half of it at the front. Yeah, there, even the spare tire balanced up, although it took quite a bit of weight. The most weight. There was another one here that took quite a bit of weight. that one, the last one I did was quite a bit of weight, but no more than like an ounce and a half on any one of them. So that's good. So now I can shut off my laser level. Handy device, that thing. And now I'll just put the wheels on the car. What the hell? That's where there you go, that's where I store the thing. And I put a bag, or like a bag over the top of it just to keep the dust off. Now, when I drilled that hole out, I used just a touch bigger than a 1/4 inch drill to drill it out. And I didn't drill right to the bottom of where the factory drill point came from. I just drilled to, you know, there's a little bit of a shoulder there. But that makes it much bigger than the edge of the pointy thing, and it doesn't bind on anything. That works good. But like I say, go and see Mad Ginger, and he has a really good explanation of this thing. Plus, he also does the wheel changer thing. The tire changer thing's not there anymore, but he did a mod on the tire changer to make it work better. Now, I'm quite happy with the way it works for me. I don't have a problem with the way I do things, but the way he does it makes it so that it works a bit, you know, bit better, more like a tire changer instead of, well, who knows, eh? Anyway, have a look. Yeah, their wheels are on it. These ones, I haven't put the cap on there yet because it's, I have to torque that down and put the cotter key in. That's pending. Same on this side, pending. Put the front wheels on. Now I'm going to see about, what'll I do now? Maybe I'll do the alignment now, or try to align it, just because that's what I've been on about here is wheels, right? Wheels and then brakes and everything like that. So let's see about aligning the thing and make things a bit better there. Okay. Yeah, there, I got that loosened off. And then I put like a tie wrap on this because it was just hanging on there, and I put a tie wrap at this end of it also. And then down at this end here, tie wrap, and I cleaned out inside there, and it looks pretty good. And I was checking the end of the tie rod end up there, and it looks, you know, I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but it looks okay to me. Now, next thing I'll do is I'll drop the car down, and we'll see about doing the wheel alignment on it. Yeah, kind of looks okay with the wheels on there. Nice stance. I like that. So I'll see if I can get this. This one here looks like it's out a bit, which is odd, but that's the way it is. I'll figure that out. Yeah, so this side here is the wheels turned out that way too much at the bottom, and I think I've hit the limit of the adjustment, so it must be the bushings in the control arm or something like that. Or something's not right there, so might have to do some inspecting there. That'll take time. Oh well, we'll get there. Anyway, that's all for today. We'll leave it at that, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Yeah, okay, here I am underneath on this one, trying to figure out the wheel alignment. Now this, wait till I hang my light up, then I can show you. So there's this bolt here, it's got an eccentric thing, and that moves this way and that way. But it's at the limit of its movement, and it's still, the wheel is cambering that way, like too far out at the bottom. So I think what's gone on, I think that must have got hit pretty hard. Something hit it, or it whacked something on the highway, or whatever happened, but this strut is bent. Like you can see, I don't know, you can see up there? See how the wear on that side of it there is weird? and it makes noise when you put it in and out. So it's not completely straight. The other one is nice and clean and straight. See up there? Nice and clean all the way down. So that strut needs to be replaced. So I'm gonna have to go and order some bits. Now I did check before I decided that discovery, I checked these, like this bearing, or not bearing, this bushing here is, you know, that's a little bit worn, and this one here is likely a little bit worn. So it wouldn't hurt to take it apart and put new bushings in everywhere around here, including those ones right there. So I'll pull this side apart right down to the strut there, and then just see what happens. Interesting. Well, you never know what you're gonna get when you're working on these things. So this will all come apart, and then I'll take down the what do you call this thing here, which would be the lower control arm. Take that down, take that off, take the do I have to? I don't think I have to take off the tie rod. It'll just sort of hang around. We'll just see what I have to take off to make this thing all work. Anyway, and then there's the lower, like the ball joint there. That likely just, these bolts. Huh. I don't know. Is this one? That one's riveted. The other one was bolted. That's interesting. Over on this side, see, it's bolted on there, and over on this side it's riveted on there. I wonder if that's the wrong, but I measured that same distance, so it's right. Wow, just a matter of pulling stuff apart. I guess that's what I got to do, is pull stuff apart. Okay, I'll take the control arm off the bottom here, and then I'll see where I go from there. Right on. Yeah, the strut comes apart pretty easy. Now I've got lights shining everywhere in the wrong way. So there's the strut there, the bottom of it, and it goes onto this knuckle gear here, and that all looks like it's in good shape. So, and this seems to be okay. I don't feel anything wrong in that. Like it likely wouldn't hurt to have a new ball joint in there, but we'll just see how I come along here. First I'll get the strut out and see what's happening here, and then you just go up above here, undo those screws and drop it out. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think you'd better do this at your own house, right? Because that's not likely the safest contraption in the world right there. I might go in and get a spring compressor to put it back together, but I'm pretty sure I can get it apart this way. So I got to take the bolt off the top of there, and then it's should just all come apart, and I'll be able to tell what's bent here, if anything. Yeah, that big nut's on the top of it. Then there's this bit, and then there's this bit. And there's this bit, spider webs on it, or spider house. And then the spring comes off, right? Spring looks all right. And this rubber bump comes off, and it's had better days. This thing comes off. Then I should be able to get the strut out of there. Oh, that's completely whacked. That thing is. I'll just see if that thing is bent or straight or what it is. Yeah, I think this is the culprit. It's well, there's no fluid left in it, and it moves back and forth. It shouldn't. Pretty sure it shouldn't do that. I don't know. Can you hear that? Click, click, click. Lots of movement to it. Anyway, need a new one of them or two. Yeah, more taken apart. So you don't have to really take this off. You just, like, I've got it suspended here now on a strap. You undo the bolt, and the ball joint feels really good. So I don't have a problem with the ball joint there. But you just undo that and pull it out of the, what they call the steering knuckle down here. And there's a bolt that goes through there. Oh, where is it? Right here. That one there. That one there. Goes through, and there's a groove in the ball joint so that once it's in and tight, it's good. So I'll take the rest of this control arm off and have a look at those bushings, and likely we'll order new ones of them and new bushings down right in here. So I'll just take apart this side here, and then I'll see what I have to order. Yeah, the bolt comes off of that, and then this thing here slides out pretty easy. But they're in pretty good shape, but I'll get new ones anyway, and because there is a little bit of wear there on the center. I don't know what that's called, that part, but I'll find it in the diagram and find out. Anyhow, then I'll take out, there's two bolts here, and this drops, and there's a bushing that's held in there, and then there's one bolt here, and that pulls out, and that gets out of the way, we hope. Okay. Yeah, it took a bit of violence, but I got this off. It wasn't I used this puller thing on it, and had to get it in there tight enough to pull it. Anyway, it's off, and that's good, and that's where it goes right there. And then this one here, I just have a big socket here and a little socket there, and just push it in with the vise, and that's as far as it goes for now. We'll just check it out and see how much farther it's got to come out. Yeah, there, and that one came out. That likely was still serviceable, and this one here was also still serviceable, but I have it apart, so might as well replace them. And then this thing here, whoops, let me just tighten this into the vise so you can show you here. Hang on. There, now this, that's nothing wrong with that ball joint there. That's in really nice shape. Might be this is, well, I don't think it's very new, but this, it's riveted in there. The other one's bolted in. So I don't know. Don't know what's, Don't know. Okay. Well, so what I'll do, I think that one there is okay. That, I'll order new ones of these right here. New bushing for here. New bushing for here. And new struts, or shock absorbers for the struts. So that'll be, I'll just go in the house and order those things, and then I'll come out and I'll see if I can do some more damage here. Yeah, so now, here I'll take apart the passenger side now and pull that out of there, because I went in, I ordered parts. What I was able to get, I wasn't able to get these bushings here. They weren't not listed, but I got the bushing to go here and the bushing to go at the back, and I've got new strut shocks coming along. Plus I ordered shocks for the back, and I ordered these brake hoses here, so that, well, I'll take it apart and bleed it again, hey? We'll see what happens. See if they're the right parts when they come, because sometimes you just don't get the right parts when you order them. Anyhow, that's on the way. Now I'll just put all this stuff for that side over there, and I'll put all the stuff for this side over here. Yeah, so you'll be happy to know that I've got this apart using the dangerous method, but you'll be even happier to know that I have ordered up a set of spring compressors, so when I put them together they'll be a safer operation. Now this part here, this little thing screws on there and holds the thing in, holds the what do you call that, shock absorber in. So I'll just use a pipe wrench and get that off of there. Hang on, I'll show you how. Here, you can watch the struggle and the pain. to get this in a spot where you can see it. Yeah, so that one there I'll put in there. Isn't that something? Yeah, sorry, there's the components of a shock absorber, eh? Mostly it's oil. This part here goes into this part here, and it allows oil to flow between the chambers just slowly. It's got seals up here and seals down there. Yeah. And there's the thing here. Cool. Anyhow, I'll clean that up and save it for a while because it's interesting. But I got it everywhere. Oil everywhere. Yeah, there now. Stuff comes apart with an awful lot less violence when you know what you're doing. So, now I just have to wait for these parts to show up. And stick it back together. Oh well, that's about as much as you get today out of me. See this? I'm just going to cut this oval out and straighten that out and weld it back in there, I think. And then I'm going to cut this off of here. We hope. We'll just see what happens. And see if I can get that flange off of there. Don't know. Well, give it a try anyhow. Yeah, so this is the passenger side one, that's the driver's side one, and I've got them inverted so that they sit on top of each other. Anyhow, they're exactly the same size and all the same shape everywhere, so I'm pretty sure everything's okay there. So that's all there is to that. It needs new bushings, must be it, or new bushings and a new thingamajigger, whatever this is, shock absorber or insert. Yeah, so that's this stuff's all out of there, and I've got it arranged and just sort of waiting for parts to come now before I do any more on this. So then that's about it for this week anyhow. It's got some of it's, you never know what you'll find when you start digging into these old cars. So hopefully I'll be able to get that fixed up get the struts and everything, all the wheel alignment fixed up as soon as the parts get here. We'll just wait and see. Anyhow, that's it for this week. I think we got a fair bit done. So mostly about changing tires and balancing wheels, right? Okay, so I'll see you next week. Yeah, I think I did a whole bunch of talking there with nothing going on because I didn't have the button pressed. Anyway, foggy day at Holland Cove today. The cruise ships came through this morning and they were all the way through at about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I hear that the kingfisher out there flying around, I don't know how they'd be able to find fish in this kind of a atmosphere. Anyway, sun's coming, it'll burn it off sometime. There you go.